take the weight off your shoulders.
Fred Perrotta's been making his trendy Tortuga backpacks in China.
That's where bags are made. That's the best place in the world to make them, much as Detroit was for cars at one point.
But despite sinking 4 years into setting up shop there, he's now looking to take his business elsewhere, all due to the fierce trade war between Washington and Beijing.
You know, we can pay the higher tariff on an order or a few orders or whatever for a bit. If we're doing that longer term, then we probably need to adjust our pricing.
Perrotta's now considering factories in places like Vietnam and Thailand, and he's not alone. Industry experts say it's the biggest shift in cross-border supply chains since China joined the World Trade Organization almost 20 years ago. Reuters' Farah Master is following the story.
So we've spoken to over a dozen company executives, lobby groups and trade lawyers, and they all say that companies are frantically trying to shift outside of China. This ranges from initially doing product sampling to taking tours of the industrial parks there and also speaking to officials.
That scramble is driven by the risk of more and higher U.S. tariffs on China, along with fears that nearby countries can only take new businesses on a first-come, first-served basis. And there are other bottlenecks.
So these companies have spent many years building up their supply chains and production and manufacturing in China. It's not easy to just immediately shift to a different country. In some areas, it could take decades. Also, in these new places, for instance, countries like Vietnam, there's already been capacity constraints. There's already skilled labor constraints. So these are issues and challenges that companies are going to have to work through.
This weekend, U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese leader Xi Jinping are due to meet at the G20 summit in Argentina. Hopes are high that the meeting could lead to a breakthrough in trade relations, but Perrotta says for Tortuga, it's too little too late.
Things get worse for us and or consumers.
He's already getting started with a Vietnamese supplier, and he says long term, he'll probably shift everything out of China.